Hello everyone, it's Lindsay, and today I'm putting together week 4 in my Project Life album, and I've pulled out a whole bunch of items from the Felicity Jane Jill Kit. I will have the unboxing of this kit linked down below for you guys, so you can check that out. And the colors of the kits just kind of worked with the colors of my photos this week. I had lots of greens and some kind of pinky tones. I'm going to tell you the story about this little girl that came to live with us this week as I put this together. One thing that I'm working with is the backside of week 3, and I did week 3 in all 4x6 layouts, but then I wasn't thinking. I took all of my photos this week in 3x4 layout. So I'm going to show you how I make that work for the spread or layout this week. And so let me go ahead and put you on fast forward and we will get this all put together. Okay, so I'm going to start by kind of laying everything out where I want it to go. I pulled out several of the journaling cards from the Jill Kit, and then these large 4x6 dot grids. That's actually using one of the Essentials paper packs from Felicity Jane that I cut down to 4x6. And those are going to be some title cards and a filler card. So to work with these 4x6 pockets, I'm going to adhere 2 3x4 items onto the backside of whatever was on last week. So for this pocket, it's going to be 2 3x4 photos of Miss Clementine. So my husband works near some orchards, and sadly people dump dogs into the orchard all the time. So people that don't want their dogs anymore, or if a stray dog comes onto their property, they'll just take it out to the orchards and dump it. And so this week somebody dumped this little girl, and she obviously was mistreated even before she was dumped because she hadn't been out in the orchard but maybe a couple of days, and she's just completely emaciated and filthy, disgusting, dirty. And so my husband insisted that we needed to bring her home. So I was all game for maybe fostering her and finding a new home for her, but the family decided, nope, she's staying with us. So Dave named her Clementine since she was found in an orange orchard, and our other dogs are old lady names like Mabel and Ellie. We thought Clementine would fit in. We are pretty sure she is a German Shepherd Husky mix. We head to the vet this week, so we'll find out for sure how old they think she is and all that goodness. And so far she's been a pretty good dog. She's just trying to figure out how things work at our house, and I don't know that she was an inside dog before, so we're just, trying to adapt to that life. And it's been a little bit hectic, crazy. I shared on my stories on Instagram about her, and so I know a lot of you missed that and were asking about her, so I figured I'd kind of share about her with my layout this week. And it's an adventure. It's like, we already have 2 other dogs, and so a third dog is kind of a lot. She is really, really sweet, but it's a lot of work to take in another dog. So, and my husband likes our dogs, but he would get rid of them if I would say the word. But this little girl, he is just fallen for. So little Miss Clementine's here to stay. So this week obviously was taken up a lot with her. But this up here that I'm working on right now, I did get a manicure, which I don't do very often. And I figure since I'm, my job is my hands on camera all the time, maybe I should get a manicure. So I did do that before we got Miss Clementine. That was what I kind of treated myself with. And I just used one of the stamps from the Jill stamp set and an Illustrated Faith enamel heart. Didn't do any journaling for that photo there. And then in the top left-hand corner here, I didn't have any other photos or journaling that I wanted to do. So I'm just going to create a filler card using some of these really pretty items from the Jill Kit. So like I said, I cut down a piece of 4x6 paper from those Essentials paper pack. That paper pack comes with like dot grid and line grid in gray. I think it's gray, black, pink. Maybe I think it's gray, black, and pink. And so this works great for just a simple background that isn't just plain white. And then I pulled out some, like the acetate border from the Jill Kit, a chipboard piece, some die cuts, and then this stamp is actually from the Lola stamp set, and it says, "Remember this." and I pulled out a Gina K, I think it's fresh asparagus. It's this really pretty green that goes well with the green in the Jill kit. I thought it'd be fun to stamp using colored ink rather than just plain black ink, since that's what I usually do. And then now I can go ahead and just start sticking things down. But as I go to stick this down, I decided to pull out some washi tape from my stash to kind of layer underneath there. And yeah, so I didn't have a whole lot of extra photos this week. We didn't go to church because I wasn't really feeling all that great, so we didn't have a Sunday selfie like we did last week. And really most of this week has just been dealing with dog. We didn't think that she was house trained. We were having some hard times with her, and turns out we were taking her outside on a leash, and it turns out she doesn't want to go potty when she's on a leash. And so as soon as we figured that out and let her out off the leash, she was totally fine. And so it's just kind of been the adventure of figuring out things, having a babysitter. We think she's about a year old, but you know, you can't fully trust her in the house by herself with the other dogs, and they're all trying to figure out who's boss. And so most of my day has just been spent sitting on the floor babysitting. No filming, no doing anything. So not a whole lot of photos. I did have this photo here of the car wash, which I know is kind of silly, but I don't know how many of you are like me, but I could go through the car wash every single day. There is something so relaxing and calming for me to go through the car wash. And so knowing I was going to be doing a layout this week, I thought it'd be fun just to take, you know, a photo of that. And then it kind of turned out funny because 15 minutes after this photo, 15 minutes after I cleaned the outside and inside of my car, my husband called me from work. Hey, I have this dog. Will you come bring a cheeseburger and lure this dog into your car? And guys, when I say she was dirty, I mean, I had to drive home, the 30 minutes home, with all the windows in the car rolled down. Like, she smelled so bad. Oh, it was horrendous. And I had just washed my car. So she's in my car, filthy dirty. And unfortunately, we had to wait a day to give her a bath just because she was so timid, and we ended up having to muzzle her to be able to give her a bath because she was kind of a brat about it. And so I just thought, normally I wouldn't document a photo like that, but it just kind of seemed funny that here I got into all this work of washing my car, and then I got to stick this stinky Miss Clementine in my car. So on this journaling card from the Jill kit, I'm just spelling out the car wash makes me happy using some Tim Holtz Tile Alphas, that white puffy alpha from the Jill kit, and then this little chipboard piece from the Jill kit. And then I decided to use these little chipboard tags as just a fun little decorative element up here. So I'm using a tiny paper clip, and I'm actually sliding it between the two layers. That way the paper clip doesn't show on the back side of this. It's only going to show on the front side, and then I can hang those tags off of there. It did take some finicking to get them on there, but I got them on there and stuck in the pocket there. Now I'm going to work on the title card in the bottom right hand corner here, and again I'm using another 4x6 piece of that dot grid paper. And I was thinking about doing some stamping in some pink ink, but I didn't have a pink that was perfectly matched to the pink in the kit, so I set that aside for now. I have these bold alphas from Felicity Jane and some gold thickers that were in my stash to spell out week 4. The only other place that there's gold is on that little paper clip, but there is yellow in the spread, so I figured that would kind of work out okay. I love these bold alphas for stamping out the week. It really just stands out, and especially if you're going to use some colored inks, it's a great way to bring some more color into your layout. So I'm going to fuss with this just a little bit to get it on the block just right. If you can hear moaning in the background, that is Miss Clementine. She is so talkative. It must be the husky part of her because she talks and talks non-stop. So anyways, I'm going to ink this up again with that fresh asparagus ink. And I should have stamped before sticking my thickers down because I had some difficulty getting a good impression. So off camera, I just individually stamped those E's and was able to get that taken care of. And then on this label, I'm going to stamp out the dates for this week, so the 20th through the 26th. Make sure I always heat set that so I don't smear it. And then I have another one of the acetate pieces from the Jill Kit. These are so pretty, all those florals. And I'm going to layer that with another label, and I'm going to just use my tiny attacher to attach that. Now, the whole Jill Kit in its entirety is sold out, but you can pick up all the individual pieces still over at Felicity Jane, so I will have everything linked down below for you guys. Now on this last card, again, I'm working on a 4x6, but I'm going to use 2 3x4s. There's this like notebook paper journaling card from the kit, and I'm just going to hand write in my journaling all about Miss Clementine and what came along with that. And then I just finished it off with a chipboard piece that says remember. And then I paired it with this photo of her. She looks so much better all cleaned up. That one photo that's kind of a pinky color, that is her before. That's right before I put her in the car. And then those other 2 photos are after we got her cleaned up. So there's a look at the layout this week. Check out the description box for links to everything that I used today. If you have any questions or comments, be sure to leave those down below. Head on over to the blog for more up-close photos. Give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Subscribe to my channel if you're not already subscribed. And until next time, thank you so much. Bye-bye.